Hello shaving enthusiasts, and welcome to our review of the Rockwell Razors 6C. The 6C is a chrome-plated zinc-alloy version of the well-regarded stainless steel 6S. You get the same adjustability and grade shapes for about half the price. The 6C's handle is heavy and nicely knurled and is 85mm long by 12mm of diameter. The head itself is a very reasonable 12mm thick, but the handle mount is recessed about 2mm, so the overall length of the razor is 95mm or about 3 3/4 inch. The 6C is a 3-piece construction that I prefer over a 2-piece or a butterfly setup, as it is more flexible and more rugged. It allows changing handles, for example. The weight is a solid feeling but reasonable 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, and it balances very nicely in the hand. It might be a little on the short side for some people, but for me it's perfect, as I like to hold it near the razor's head anyway, and the short handle gives me more maneuverability, especially when I'm shaving around the back of my head. The razor head design allows just enough of the blade to stick out on the sides. Not enough to risk nicking yourself when shaving around the nose and ears, but enough to enable you to securely hold the blade as you put it in or take it out. The 6C, like its brother the 6S, comes with 3 reversible base plates offering 6 levels of aggressiveness going from R1 to R6. As you can see on the screen right now, the blade gaps for both the Rockwell 6C and 6S are rather on the mild side. Keep in mind that blade angle and exposure also affect aggressiveness, but this razor is biased towards the milder side of the scale. I think this razor, given the quality of construction and finish and the adjustability, is a fantastic value at $50. If you compare it to a Mercure Future, which costs $75, while well built, it suffers from having a very smooth handle that gets very slick when you have shaving cream on your hands. I personally much prefer a knurled handle, and I don't understand why anyone makes razors with smooth handles. The Mercure Progress costs $10 more than the 6C at $60, and it's not nearly as well built and also suffers from a smooth handle. The closest competitor, I think, is probably the Parker variant, which also costs $60 and is somewhat more aggressive than the 6C and is well built. But to me, the 6C feels better in my hand than all 3 of those. I can heartily recommend this razor to beginners who don't know yet what level of razor aggressiveness they need or like. With this razor, they can start at R1 and work their way up until they find their sweet spot. I think it's better for this than a fully adjustable razor, as new users would be tempted to fiddle with the aggressiveness setting continually and would end up having a harder time finding their sweet spot. It's also great for head shavers like me, as it allows me to use one setting for shaving my head and one for my beard. I like to use R2 for my head, as the skin is very sensitive and I am more likely to make a mistake and cut myself, especially around the back of the head. I then flip the plate over and use R4 to shave my beard. Those who prefer a more aggressive razor or occasionally have to cut stubbles that are several days old will probably be happy with the R5, R6 plate. Expert shavers might enjoy doing the first pass at R6, the second at R4, and the third at R2, for example. Only those shavers who like the most aggressive of razors may not find their perfect setting with the 6C or 6S, as even R6 is not nearly as aggressive as some other razors. So I recommend the 6C as a very well designed, built, and finished safety razor. It is robust, handles great, and is very versatile. If you can afford it, I say spring for the 6S, as its stainless steel construction is pretty much indestructible. It weighs 30 grams more, which some people like, and should last several generations. At $99, it is an excellent investment that you will likely pass along to your progeny. But at only $50, the 6C is an absolute steal. It looks better in my opinion, and with a little bit of care, it should easily last you a lifetime. Keep in mind this 6C is also available in a gunmetal plating, which looks fantastic. Overall, I give it a solid 8 for build quality, 8.5 for shaving quality, and 9.5 for value for money. The Rockwell 6C earns a solid 8.5 out of 10 and a thrifty shaver, highly recommended. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.